What's up, YouTube and everyone in between? This is Joe from the Zephyr Digimon, and I'm here again with my good friend Billy, Mr. Dr. Volting.
What's up, guys?
And our good friend guest, Shaney Boy, from our locals of Dark Sphere. Shane, say hello, introduce yourself and all that.
Yo, name's Shane, go by the moniker Toxin across the board. Recently just got top 16 in Paris, so pretty happy I don't have to travel for the next 8 months. You know, getting a nice holiday for the rest of the year.
The sweat has now relaxed from you.
Not really, like, the sweat's still there. Can't really help that.
Yeah, it's true, the pause will never stop. Yes, Shane wanted to join us today, and I thought, what better time than after like our big lot regionals just like essentially finished. There's a few popping up here and there, but as far as I know, other than our friend Tamas who might go to France, there's nothing else popping up for us. So I thought, what better time to bring Shane in, and we can have a nice little chat on our main topic discussion later on, which will hopefully will have fun as we can go down a little bit of Digimon TCG history with our topic today. But before we get into all that, we've got our usual, we've got our market watch, and we've got our top 3, and then we can go into all that. So we'll see you guys in the next phase. And we're back, everyone, with our market watch and the draw phase. So, as our usual, we're going to be picking our top 3, where they're going up in price, going down in price, some not changing, but could change in one of those ways. Well, just something to look into. So, why don't you, Shane, kick us off with your number 1? What's your first market watch?
To be fair, this is quite an easy one, as we're seeing quite a lot of spike in play in it recently, but I'm sad for the people who don't own these, because they are probably going to spike in price very soon, and that is going to be X-Antibody Protoform.
Yes.
We have suddenly started to see a lot of spike in play on this. We have Levimon doing well again. We've got Bird's Guilmon, which has sadly playing 3 to 4, so if you do not own these and you want to play this, I am sorry, they are expensive.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised with this one. It's been a big problem.
Yeah, it needs a solid reprint at this point. Yeah. Like, this card just doesn't, we're sitting, like, the lowest one in the UK is, like 15 to 20, and that's because a guy is, like, selling them dirt cheap.
It's because like all this guy had is tournament packs, isn't it? Which is not really a reprint, is it?
And that's actually the cheapest variant right now. That is the guy that's selling them at like 50 in a piece, and that's because I think he had like 9 of them.
Oh my god!
So he just had so many. He was just like, I'm just going to sell these dirt cheap. The next lowest UK outside of those the reprint ones, so the base rarity on EX5 is like 35.
Christ, Jesus.
Yes. So once those cheap ones are gone, they're gone.
Yeah, my god, yeah, no, I'm not surprised with that one. It really needs like an LM reprint or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Billy, why don't you kick us?
Well, my first market watch I've seen heightened play with, not only in its own deck, but in a lot of other decks that it can go into as a tech choice, as kind of a lower level Omni X for game, which is a Restaurant Superior mode from the BT21 set. I have seen so many people take that in as, instead of running Omni X and T, where you need a level 6 on board, this is only a level 5, so you only need a level 4 on board. It's a little bit easier to get out, and then it just goes for a big DP if you have a big enough stack. So yeah, on a Restaurant Superior mode, BT21 is my first market watch. I definitely see that's going to be fluctuating in price probably soon.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It is a very good card, very flexible. Being able to branch from red and purple, which is like the 2 most prominent colours in this game, essentially. And yeah, it is very easy to get to.
Yeah, and both of those colours being able to do bigger stacks and get even more DP is going to help it out so much more.
Yeah, that's it. Right, so my market watch for the first one is going to be just purely like a personal kind of like thing. Just because I've been playtesting it, I literally just used it in our last recent locals. And it's very fun, and I feel like the engine is actually pretty cool, but the top end for that engine is going to be Guilmon from BT21, so I do apologize that it is a secret rare, but I think this card's really good. Like, it's him with the little engine that you can utilize in essentially any deck that can branch again from purples and reds. And even yellows actually as well. So yeah, red and yellow. This card's just like so good. It's so handy. It gets you that extra, essentially like another little Blitz Omni for game. In combination with your other Appmons. But yeah, this card's really strong. The app deck, I think, as a whole, is gonna hopefully need a little bit more to be strong competitive. But the hero deck is so strong. It's so good. Very underrated in my personal opinion. Just from the quick testing I've had with it. But yeah, Guilmon BT21, all the variants except maybe the lottery card. Maybe don't buy that. But yeah, the standard and the alt are essentially so close in terms of average price. I definitely say if you're interested in getting some of these, get them now while they're somewhat affordable. I wouldn't say cheap, but definitely affordable for a secret rare. But yeah, Guilmon is going to be from World Convergence, my number one pick, my first pick. Shane, what's your next one?
My next pick is, funnily enough, I've looked at all my picks for today, and they're all white cards. But my second pick for today is Cowboy. Again, same issue that Protoform's having. We're seeing a spike of play. Was a very cheap card for a while because nobody was playing it. Has now risen to about 5 to 6 a piece. Like, it's shooting up. We've recently seen a spike in Gallon OTK, which abuses it. And now we've also got Gilbert's OTK, which is abusing it as well. It is a great source of, if you are playing a X-Antibody deck, of just gaining free memory and card draw. Like, generally playing it myself, it's so handy when you get choked and you can just go, oh, I put a level 3 on a level 3 and I'm suddenly fixed for memory.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so... Like, the card does nothing wrong. Like, everything it does is just... It's just value. It
searches all your pieces, searches your protoforms, gives you free memory back every time you go into an X, basically, every turn. Like, there's literally nothing the card doesn't do. And, like, it's crazy to think that this card is as old as it is now. Like, like it and Analog were just released so close together as well. Like, they just had no clue what they were doing at this point with White Tamers.
Honestly to God. And they're both 2-drop tamers as well. They're not even like 3
Yeah,
drops.
like they messed up, man. They messed up big time with Digimon.
They messed up. Vinny, what's your second?
My second market watch is Metal Greymon from BT10, but not the normal or alt art. It's going to be the SPE we got during regionals. Now, reason being is I just looked up the price of it. It is the cheapest Metal Greymon for Metal Greymon Blue Flare deck. Not a joke. It is going for less than £1. The regular version from BT10 is going for about £2, and the alt art is going for about 10. And that's average price. So if you want Metal Greymons, you can get the full blue for less than probably getting one regular art, which is insane. So if you want a little bling out, like little blue hints to your deck, definitely something to pick up if you're a blue flare player, like myself, like Joe, like something to definitely pick up.
Yeah, if you want your Metal Greymon to be full on blue, here you go. Yeah. No better time to get it than now.
100%.
Right, my number 2 pick. So my next 2 picks are all based on recent reveals. So we haven't got the other half of him yet, but honestly, it's pretty much set in stone. He's going to be the next secret rare. The other half's going to be the secret rare for the other one from the next set in EX9. So I've gone for the BT18 or booster set 2.1 Millennium one. So honestly, I do not see how the DM deck's top end is not Millennium one at this point. You've got one half being the Megidramon from the Assemble side, and you've got literally a Skull Greymon mentioning the Chimeramon as an Assemble piece. And then you had a Devimon also revealed. You've had the pieces are falling into place for a new Millenniumon to come into the game. And depending on how good that card is, you could see a argument for using the old current one for Dragras. So whether you're looking at the standard art, which is about 40 cents average, unfortunately my card market is still only set to European values. I need to make a new account really, honestly, and I can get the pounds optimal.
I'm pretty sure you can change it, but you will...
No, you can't change it because I made the account before, way before. You can't.
So which Millennium one?
Unless you make a new one. Millenniumon from Special Booster 2.0.
Just the rare, right? Or the SR?
He's an SR. He's an SR, but I guess there's most people.
So lowest UK right now is oh my god, there's quite a lot of these. Lowest UK is about £3, so we're getting about £3.
Yeah, so he is cheap. The old art is about on average €8. So that's probably, I'm guessing he's probably about a £10 for an alt. Yeah.
Actually, he's at 13.
13? Oh, so
Alts at 13, yeah. Alts are going up. That's
they're going up. So if you want to be ready for the new Assemble Millenniumon, probably pick these up. You could also look into Moon and Zeed. I haven't put those up here. I thought we'd go for the base version first. But those two are also definitely contenders for the slot. But I thought we'll go for the base form Millenniumon from Booster Set 2.0. I definitely would at least look at them, keep an eye on them, because we don't know again what Chimeramon does yet. But yeah, if he helps the DNA at any point.
Yeah, it's just definitely going to be interesting to see how they do, how it's going to be played out. So
I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see what they do, because you never know. Yeah. They might be dog doo-doo, but...
Man, you never know. New options, amazing.
Would not be the first time we've seen that.
Wouldn't be the first deck I play that's dog doo-doo. But the new option card, the new promo option is at least crazy. So that was probably another hint towards a new Millenniumon. But yeah. Hey, what's your third and final pick?
Alright, so number 3, like I said, we're going for a fully white list today. Have already spoken about the card, and it is Analog Youth. But
we have a problem, child.
On the good side of this, no, we actually have some good news about this. You're probably going to see a drop in price. This card is starting to see less and less play. If you've looked at any of the topping lists lately, all the decks that were running it have slowly started to cut this card because it is no longer necessary. It is kind of the last card in, first card out lately.
Okay.
And it's good to see. It means we're going to see a drop. We've got a lot of prints of the card now, which is good. We no longer have the £15 rare card, which was very funny for a good period of time.
Yeah,
it's very funny, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's good to see. If you've got your alt arts, they're still worth $4 because sadly that card will never go down in price. And if you've got your gold cards, enjoy them. You went to finals.
Yeah, true.
Not true.
Yeah, pretty much. This card probably going to drop in price. The alt arts won't, but your base and your reprints will. So pick them up while you can if you don't already own them. If you want to own multiple playsets, enjoy.
That's it. Yeah, no, great choice. Yeah, I don't blame you. Analog you. Alright, Biddy, what's your last one?
My third and final choice for Market Watch is Shumon Promo 165. Reason being is I've reread that card, and having a yellow security Digimon that plays out a token, Oh, 2 for the price of 1, and if you see it in security, it's even better. You don't even need to pay for it, and then it can set you up for if you're playing a yellow deck for level 4 straight on board. So I see that looking like it's going to get some play, like security Digimon.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Security Digimon.
That's Shushumon, right?
Yeah, Shushumon.
Yeah, promo Shushu.
Yeah, that's actually seeing play already. Actually in Sakuya now. Yeah, Sakuyas have started playing it because basically it's inheritable, exactly the same as Starmon. which is what they were playing originally. But you get you get this one out of security for free.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely going to be seeing some play once.
Definitely.
And a lot of decks now are playing security Digimon that just play out from security, get their effects, done deal, and they're there just to help you set up your board again. Like we've got cards for Guilmon that have some security. We've got Calendarmon for the new Appmon deck. That's a security Digimon, and I can definitely see a lot of decks starting to play like getting cards in the security just to get them out again, just to get their effects for free. So it's definitely a card to watch.
Yeah, it's a pattern we're starting to see again, where like there's a lot of these Digimon that come out security, but like the big difference between like now and before is before we were pretty much only getting like these card draw pieces out of security effects, but now we're actually getting like now it's a lot of board interaction, which is kind of what you need out of a security Digimon. Like if it's coming down on your opponent's turn, you don't really care to draw. Like drawing doesn't help you.
Yeah,
so true.
So yeah, that's my last market watch.
Yeah, definitely a good choice, definitely a good shout out, especially with the new puppet support coming out. Like, so Promo Shushu with the new level 5 is absolutely like a free level 6. It's so good. Yeah, so definitely great choice there, Billy. Like really like that one. I've also put that in my Sakuya deck. My Star Monster has been replaced.
yeah. It just does the same thing.
It literally does. And so for my number one, again, going in with theming from the new set coming out of EX, I have gone for the Omnimon Alter S from EX4. With the new Alter S being revealed and its craziness of what it does, I thought, let's look back at the old one, see if that is spiking up or going down. From my seeing, the standard art is kind of like stayed the same. I don't think it's budged too much. I think the alt arts are definitely going up a bit. But I definitely think getting yourself a copy of these, because it's still a very strong jogress that you can do after you've used the new one, as the new one does like de-jogress himself. And then that can set up for another jogress, whether you want to go to the new one again, or if you want to go into the old one, then you can get an extra little bit of board removal, potential protection in spitting out your level 6s if you used Blitz and Cress. Yeah, definitely, I think, keep an eye on these. I think they could, the alts could definitely shoot up if we get more reveals. I think, though, like everything for that deck has basically been revealed. But yeah, definitely Omnimon Alter S. He's my number one pick. Keep an eye on him. If you have the alts, I'd probably say sell them if you're not too fussed on keeping them. Get rid of the alts, and if you do want to pick up the deck again, definitely then you can just go for the standard arts, and then you'll make yourself at least like a tenner back, which is very, very nice in my opinion. But yes, that is my number one pick. It's going to be Omnimon Alter S from EX4. So, going for a quick rundown, Shane, what was your top 3?
So my top 3, going from top to bottom, was Protoform, Poolboy, and Analog Youth.
Completely white.
Hey, what was yours?
Mine was Arrestramon Superior Mode from the new BT21, Metal Greymon BT10 Blue Flare SEP artwork, and the Shushumon Promo 165.
Fantastic picks, both of you. And for mine, it's going to be Guilmon for World Convergence, Millenniummon from Special Set 2.0, and Omnimon Alter S from EX4. Fantastic market watch. I think we've all got some really good choices there, whereas both competitive choices, sets coming out, and just general something to keep your eyes on. Yeah, I think we've done pretty well there. So with that being done, let's go into our top 3 topic, which is in our raising phase, which is going to be favorite Digimon. And we're back for our top 3 discussion in our raising phase, which is again going to be our favorite Digimon. So this can be for any reasoning whatsoever, iconic, personal favorites for your decks, like whatever childhood memories, like it could be personality from the anime, just general design, literally whatever you like. It could even be not for himself, but their evolution line. It could be whatever. So again, let's go with Shane. What's going to be your first pick for your favorite Digimon?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from my third favorite and work my way up to number one. But as a good old number three, we're going to go for one of the funniest Digimon ever created, and that is Numemon. Who doesn't love poop? Yes.
Wow.
Like, how can we ever say that a poop Digimon is not funny?
Yeah, no,
We
I don't blame you.
like-
5-year-olds down in an alcohol. All 5-year-olds.
Yeah,
Poop is
like-
funny.
And like the funniest part about it, it's poop that throws poop at you.
Yeah, it's just poopception.
Exactly. Like everything it does is just more poop, and like it's funny.
I don't blame you.
And like
that
if you've
one.
ever played any of the Digimon games, when you get to like Platinum Numemon, you got like this giant poop with wings. It's even funnier.
Somehow, feces spreads wings.
Yeah, exactly. Species gains wings and then throws bigger feces at you.
Jesus Christ.
From the sky.
It's literally like a flying pigeon. It's literally like
Right.
a pigeon.
The more you talk about him, the more he just gets funnier.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly that.
That's a very much interesting first. Well, it's a very funny first choice.
That is a good choice. Cannot blame you that one. Right, Billy, what's your first choice?
My first choice of a Digimon is a deck that is near and dear to my heart. That I think it was you introduced me to this deck. I'm not too sure.
Yep.
It is Rise Greymon, my boy Rise and Shine. Gotta love it. It's one of my core decks that I play, and even I've been watching. Is it Savers? I'm pretty sure.
Yep,
Yeah,
Savers, Data Squad.
Data Squad and everything. I love Marcus in it. He just runs up, punches in face, and Rise Greymon just helps with that even more. So I'm becoming more and more fond of it. And yeah, Rise Greymon is my first choice as one of my favorite. My third, top three. It's third. Obviously, there's two better. So
Good, yeah.
all right, Joe, what is your?
I don't blame you. Like, Rise Greymon's a really cool design. I really do like him. Trident Revolver is just really cool to see in action. Yeah, cannot blame you with that. Right, my first pick, number three. It's vanilla. It's standard. You know, you get your ice creams. We all like these flavors, but you know, chocolate and vanilla. You know, the bare bone
I know
flavors.
exactly
We do
who
like
this
them.
is.
War Greymon. You cannot
Yeah.
hate. You can't hate War Greymon.
I'll be the
Like,
classics.
it was close to being Agumon, but I couldn't have three rookies on this list. But like, I thought about it. It was again very close to being Agumon, but I just love War Greymon, especially the way that they've been doing him lately in all the shows. I just finished Atmon, and his debut special episode was, you know, the iconic screaming of his name with such deep tones from 2020, and again, you know, from Atmon. Like, it was just, he's cool, he's iconic, he's what I call the classic angry dragon man. We love him so much. So we gone for number three as War Greymon.
Very nice. Shane, what is your second favourite Digimon?
Okay, so number two, and you guys probably won't even know about this one, but my second favorite Digimon of all time is Lilithmon.
Ooh, interesting.
I did
Yes.
not know that. Yeah, no, that is very surprising.
Yeah. Not many people do, mainly because I have not played her really. I played her for a little bit when I first started the TCG, when it was old school Lilith Loop, which was deck near and dear to my heart. That was a great deck. You know, abusing Cerberus Rush, you know, good old days.
Was that with Mega Digimon Assembly or Fusion as well with Zor?
No.
Oh.
This was after Mega Digimon Fusion got banned, and it was before those came out.
I see.
But yeah, so great deck, but also she's one of my favorite all-time Digimon just because the lore side of Lilithmon is just so crazy. How she is like the embodiment of lust. And it's just hilarious when you think she's going around just like basically hitting on everyone.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Very nice.
Yeah, but like the Digimon itself is just so cool.
Yeah, I did like her little debut in Ghost Game, or her appearance in Ghost Game, where she's actually controlling a Cerberusmon and Werewolf mode as a subordinate. I'm like, is this just literally a nod to the TCG? How like these sort of boys paired up
very
together?
fitting.
It was very fitting. It was very nice. But yeah, no, Lilith is really cool. I do not blame you for that. I'm very surprised that she's number 2. Or she's just on the list at all, really. Billy, what's your number 2?
Yeah, this is not going to come to any surprise. Number 2 slot has got to go to my boy Metal Greymon Blue Flare Edition. Not regular Metal Greymon, Blue Flare Edition.
Metal Greymon 2020. Yeah.
He is so dope looking and everything. His dark, growly voice and everything. And just the updated design of a Metal Greymon with the sleeker visor and everything. And the darker tone colour scheme. I love it. Ever since I saw it in Crosswords, I was like, yes.
Yeah, he was like the only thing keeping me watching Crosswords. I did like his take. I did like his take on the Metal Greymon. I did like his forms of like Trident Arm and Giga Destroyer. It was really cool. And again like the kind of like robotic dark Drew voice they gave him. I do agree with you. He was again the only reason I actually watched that show.
Yeah, exactly.
And even then I couldn't finish it. I was just like, yeah, no. Sorry, not even Metal Greymon can save this for me.
And exactly, they didn't even need to give it to the main protagonist of the guy. They gave it to like the anti-protagonist, like
the Kaiba.
The Kaiba, exactly. And they gave like one of the big name Digimon, Metal Greymon, to him, and it was just so good to see. And it's like, oh wow, they made Metal Greymon angsty and like, no, I'm gonna kill everything. Like, it was very interesting how they did it. So yeah, Blue Flare Metal Greymon is my second place Digimon.
Yeah, no,
they made Metal Greymon a teenager.
Yeah, literally.
It's Shadow. literally. Yeah, made of a teen.
Yeah. Joe, what is your really second favourite Digimon?
Right, so this guy was close to being number 1, but I couldn't dethrone my original favourite. But yeah, my number 2 is Gamamon, my boy, my new boy. Like, I love him so much. Like, the reason I love him is just how they did him in the show. Like, this sweet little child, just like innocent little thing, just always trying to be like the best bro to his tamer. Like, they really upped his personality, like, just to being so innocent, and you just can't help but love him. He tuggles at your heartstrings, he's such a cute little design, like, he's, like, homaging, like, so many pre-protagonist characters with his design in his own, but his overall concept with being all part of outer space, constellations, with all of his evolution lines, all climbing up. Even with his dark forms as well, they're like homaging outer space as well. Like, he's our little space boy. We love him so much. And bring him into the card game as well, so I can actually get to like enjoy him as a deck as well and keep playing with him, perfecting him, that kind of thing. I get to put all of my soul into him. 100%. Basically as well. 100%.
And I'm pretty sure you also, as soon as the alt art was revealed, absolutely loved him in the alt art. Just there, eating cookies like a good little boy.
His little chocolates, his psychos, as we always say. Like, yeah, no, it's so cute. I had to like alt art all of it.
God, 100%.
100%. But yeah, my number 2 pick is Gamamon. We love him.
Gamamon.
Gamamon. Right. I'm interested to find this out. Shane, what's your number 1?
Yes, let us find out.
This is the surprising.
Yeah, so this is the spice, mainly because anyone who knows me knows I've played hybrids for a very long time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was discussing, none of them are in my top 3.
Which is like,
whatsoever.
What?
They're close. They're in my top 5. They're just not in my top 3.
Ooh.
My number 1 Digimon of all time.
Go on.
Is something that Digimon I came across first in the video games, actually. And ever since I fell in love with the Digimon, but sadly, whenever I've been playing the TCG, the decks have just never been very good and always very expensive, so it's never been worth picking up for me.
Interesting.
And that is Ultra Force Vidramon.
Okay. Old Force Vidra. Okay. Don't blame me for that one. That's sweet. He's really cool. He's really cool.
I first came across this Digimon in Cyber Sleuth. And if anyone knows how busted the original Cyber Sleuth was, you'll know why this Digimon was crazy in that game.
100%.
Ever since I always liked the Vmon line anyway, and Vidramon was just like the perfect top end. It was a Royal Knight. He gains a giant ass sword. Fastest Digimon in existence. Yeah, it was just so cool, and I fell in love with him.
Damn.
No, I do not blame you for that one at all. He's such a cool design. Like, he's the perfect breakaway from Imperial. Like, it's just a shame we haven't really got, like, a proper canonical one for Wormmon. Like, you could argue Bancho Stingmon is maybe it, but it's just like... I don't know.
It's basically just Stingmon with a cloak.
Force next to Bancho Sting, it's just like,
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I do not blame you for that one. Old Force is really cool. It's such a nice design. Yeah, I'm very surprised with that one.
Yeah, wow. Old Force Vidra, not
very surprised with that one.
From you, Shane.
Yeah, no one ever does. It's because, like, the way I play the TCG is very different. So I don't tend to, like, play decks that are always my favourite.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Right, Billy, what's your number one pick? Come on.
This is going to be...
I know exactly who it is.
Joe knows, Shane knows, everyone knows who my favourite Digimon. It's got to be my boy bringing a rookie back. It's got to be Shoutmon, 100%. Hands are going down. Shoutmon is my boy. It is one of my favourite Digimon, not only because he's just a little angsty boy and is like constantly angry with everyone, but his arc through Cross Wars, I think, is a really good arc. They didn't do it well, but what they wanted to do with his arc was a brilliant idea. A low-level Digimon coming out of the most uninteresting zone ever, and he wants to aspire to be the king of Digimon, and he does. He does become the king. But it takes him a long time going through heartaches, going through so many different walls he has to push past with help of his friends, just becomes powerful enough to become the king. And he does. And he destroys the Bugger army and does it with a rowdy rocker by his side. And all of his friends helping him by digicrossing with him into his more powerful forms. But he is just my favourite Digimon ever. Gotta love the little boy.
I don't blame you. Yeah, like it's a shame I couldn't really properly get into Cross Wars. I just feel like it sounds controversial considering I really like Ghost Game, but like the episodic version of Cross Wars, just like, oh, it's literally bad guy of the day. Let's just beat him up. We cross into it. Like I don't quite enjoy the Cross Wars like Power Ranger Transformers-y kind of like thing of it. But I do agree, like, a kind of character arc of, like, I have a goal in mind, I'm going to try my best to get through it, make friends along the way. It's nice to see. We do enjoy those kind of, like, story arcs. It is the typical hero story, in a way.
But I understand
it's such a cool...
Yeah,
it could have probably done better. But it's a cool design. We like a little reptile. I do like this little mini dragon design with his little like staff kind of like thing going on.
His microphone / staff, because it's awesome.
Yeah, the musical theming on him as well. I think is very interesting. It's very cool. It's a shame like none other than Ballistamon. It's a shame, like, not all the other team are kind of, like, band designs.
Yeah, imagine, like Darulamon with,
like if Darulamon wasn't drill-based, but was kind of, like, music-based or something like that. I don't know. That could have been pretty cool.
Even if you look at the fusion loader and everything, it has got a microphone on the top as well. So, like, it's so... Yeah. They could have done so much more. They were
going somewhere, and then they just kind of, like, dropped off.
Yeah, but...
like, halfway through.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, a lot of things are music based, like when Shoutmon and Sparrowmon combine, Sparrowmon becomes like a flying platform with speakers on it.
Yeah, like
So
the,
it's like,
the two pieces kind of like keep the theming.
but then
I think it's just Darulomon. Darulomon is the
Darulomon
guy that just,
kind
like,
of drops it
ruins
off a little bit, like when Shoutmon and
Yeah.
Darulomon combine. For some reason, it's a cannon. It's two massive cannons, so
Yeah,
it's
it's just
like
dual
kind of
cannon.
weird. But if they stuck with the music thing, it probably could have been a lot better. Like it would have been a lot more interesting. But Shoutmon is still my boy. Gotta go with fiery
Can't.
fastball. Gotta go with grounded rocker. And also, I love Omni Shoutmon in not only Shoutmon, but Omni Shoutmon in Digimon Cyber Sleuth, or is it?
Yeah, Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah,
That's the one you're calling.
and because of his ability, just being able to cross attack so much easier, how it's very much a luck-based thing to get across, but if you have Omni Shoutmon on your team fighting, you have a higher percentage of getting it. And that means if you have 3 of them, you're constantly getting cross attacks. So it's going to be it would be very broken.
Good luck with that grind to get 3 of them.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, my top Digimon
Number 1 pick.
Shoutmon, gotta be.
Gotta be.
No surprises there.
Yeah, exactly.
No surprises there. It's literally anywhere I got him into this card game. I was like, who's your favourite? Shoutmon. Oh, cool. Well, we're coming up to cross set now, so there you go.
My first deck was a Shoutmon DX Blitz deck.
The Blitz Classic BT5.
Yeah.
Right. If everyone knows my number 1 pick. If you're fans of the channel, he's pretty much on every single episode. Like, it is my boy, the one and only bread-eating extraordinaire, Guilmon.
There it is.
I love Guilmon. Guilmon is like, obviously I enjoyed season 1. I partially enjoyed season 2. But season 3, I don't know. Something about season 3, Digimon Tamers, hit me really hard, and I think it's Guilmon. Guilmon was just... He's got that, like, loving, charming, like, best boy personality from, like, Gamomon's got. I think Gamamon really takes homage to him. Like, he's just so innocent. I don't know. Something about him. I like the little, like, oh, we gotta protect this little character with everything. We gotta look after him. You know, that kind of thing. I really like that from Guilmon, but his design's really cool. It's like this big, giant, like, lizard dragon guy. I love his design in terms of evolution line, how it's really homaging Wargreymon, because his tamer loves Wargreymon, and the tamer literally made this Digimon. He drew him, and like the Digimon universe was just like, right, we gotta give him the Digivice, let him scan it, and make him whole, and that kind of thing. And
we literally
he's like creating him bit by bit, so they're all homaging the Greymon line. The champion just being essentially a taller version of him, like Greymon is the Agumon. The level 5 being more cybotic based with like parts of machinery and like Metal Greymon. And then you got like a Dark Evo line with like Skull Greymon or Blackwall Greymon for Agumon. You got Megidramon, like the literal end of the digital world if something goes wrong. Like, and then you got the Royal Knight at the end. It's just really something about him. It's just really, he's great. He's perfect.
He's simply so hard.
Like, it's so cute. I love him so much. I love Guilmon. I love him to bits. So he is has to be on my number 1.
Yeah, I bet you really loved it when they made that option card, the Digimon I designed. I bet you were like, just a little bit of you just went, eek!
People hated EX1 for just like, or like some cards for just being EX2 for screenshots of the show. I love that the Digimon I designed is just a screenshot of the show. Yeah. Of just him drawing Guilmon from day 1. It's perfect. You don't need to change it at all. Just him drawing Guilmon from the base form without the digital hazard, because that's what the digital world have to give him. You know, it's just, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. Alright, just going back through
Only they made it shiny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, going back through, Shane, your top 3 are?
Ame, Lilith, Old Force.
Alright. Mine are Rise Greymon, Blue Flare, Metal Greymon, and Shoutmon. Joe?
Wargrey, Gammamon, and Guilmon.
Yeah.
I think we got some really interesting choices there. Some of them are classics, some of them are very surprising. And yeah.
And some of them are
And
just
they're
like
all
obvious.
Yeah, they're all kind of picked for different reasons, I feel like. I don't know. Something about them is really... They're all really good. I'm really surprised, especially you, Shane. Not a single hybrid there.
Yeah, wow. Well, then we know
Like,
exactly
would a
which
hybrid
author
make
should stop.
top 4?
Pardon?
Would a hybrid be number 4? Or would that be like the number
No.
5? Oh, really?
It's
It
like
starts
number
from
5.
high.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, I'm going to have to find that out at some point.
Like,
But yeah.
I like hybrids, but their design is not great.
Yeah, fair.
Alright then.
Right. I think we're done with our raising phase. I think it's time to go into our main phase and our main topic of discussion, which it's not my fault, but also kind of is my fault. But our main discussion is going to be it's going to be the evolution of Guilmon. So stay tuned for that one.
When you have to face a fight, be strong, give it all your might.
And we're back with our main topic of discussion, which is going to be what I'm calling the history of Guilmon in the TCG. This guy has went from 0 to 11 in the whole span of this game, and I thought it would be a perfect way to also bring Shane into this as well, as a friend who's just been dabbling into Megidramon and is now dabbling into lizard birds. We can get his opinion on this as well, and it's someone who's been building Guilmon casually and also competitively from day one. And Billy, who hasn't played Guilmon but has experienced it a lot via his interactions with myself and
100%.
other people at regionals. He can give his opinion on, like, dude, this guy is insane now.
Yeah, I was going to say, this isn't going to be much like help from my end, but I can very much say my opinion going into it, not never playing it, but having an experience coming from the other side of the fist of Megiddo.
Yeah, and exactly. You could also maybe like how you would like to see how he's grown and changed, and see how you can affect your favorite Digimon, that kind of thing, or stuff that you would like to see done like in a similar fashion to make them go from nothing to something.
Yeah, definitely.
So just a quick brief overhaul. Guilmon has like literally from BT1 essentially just been like the joke character for red styled decks. It's just like this card is always just like, if this is like the line of this is a great red deck, Guilmon has always just been like dabbling around here. It's just like he's almost there, and Bandai just never wanted to give him the push up. And he's always just been like that joke character, like just going from nothing to too expensive evolution for 4 memory for some stupid reason for his level 6s. To a little change from the starter deck, and then just nothing again. And like even worse for Megidramon, he's just been like the joke mill deck. But now he's like the best deck. No matter which side of the spectrum you want to look at, on his good side or dark side, he's just like currently claiming top spots left and right, whether it's from Japan or English. He is just, Gallantmon's doing fantastic, Megidramon is just now starting to do fantastic as well. Like, Guilmon is just claiming those top positions. Which, from my perspective, as you know from my top 3, is fantastic to see. I love that Guilmon is now finally getting the representation he rightfully deserves, but he's now got targets on his back from Bandai's ban list hammer, and he might get a beating if it doesn't.
I can just see it now, just like Megidramon. Yes, I got it! Bang! Bandai.
Yeah, literally, just like, I'm finally good, guys. Bracken.
At this point, let's be real. At this point, I feel like Bandai must have two handguns to the back of Gallant and Megidra's heads, ready to pull the fucking trigger. At this
That's
point.
it. It's like
you literally just one day you're gonna see a bullet go through their heads.
Just one more top spot, I dare you.
No, but
I think if he does well.
To be fair, I say it's those two. It's actually not. Like the top ends of these decks are fine. Most of the problems actually comes from the engine itself. The engine is just so goddamn efficient at what it wants to do now.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And the fact that it's in red as well is like where it's created a problem, because like as we've slowly gotten rid of all like the memory cheating in the game, they've just for some reason forgotten that red had one.
Yeah,
and now being the last one left, it's just decided, how do I get that banned?
Yeah, and now Megidra's just like, I'm gonna abuse this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's like, if you look at the last year of like the Digimon, like the last year of the Digimon TCG has just been every deck going, how can I get this mana cheat removed from the game?
literally. Blue had its shot, yellow and purple had their go. It's just now
blue and yellow got shot together.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Because when Blue Hybrid was topping, we still had Magna existing pretty well, so they both got shot together. Then Purple Hybrid decided to come in and ruin everyone's existence for about 4 months.
And then that got shot.
Then it got shot. Then it got shot in the face.
Yeah.
Because they didn't just hit Jack right, they hit probably the best recursion tamer to ever exist.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, Green was like the first memory cheat to ever get hit as well.
Yeah. Hidden potential.
And now we got Gravity Crush sitting there at fucking 3 to 4 of in every Megi deck going, fucking do it, I dare you.
And then watch. Gravity Crush grows, some Black Dex just comes into the game, and then Parabolic Junk just becomes like the best thing ever.
I can just
like this is like the one thing I'm happy about is like there are a couple extra memory cheats in the game, but they're so restrictive that they're not really useful. The problem with the memory cheats we've had is they are free, literally free. There is no like I have to do this thing to get memory. It's just I'm gonna put this card onto the field, reveal it to you, and say, let me have like 3 memory for no reason.
Yeah, literally.
I mean,
I want some memory, please.
I'm pretty sure Gravity Crush does have the downside of once you gain 2 memory at the end of the turn, you lose memory. So it does.
Yeah, but they just spam it and then
Billy,
they just win the game, and that's
it.
It's just like, I
Billy,
can give you 6 memory, but I won.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The major problem with this is you're in a color that is very OTK heavy.
Yeah, true.
They're just like, oh, I'm gonna get all this memory. And then you're sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna get a load of memory next turn. Your next turn never fucking comes.
Yeah. It's so true. I
can tell you the amount of times that I've played Megi and I've dropped 3 Grav Crushes, the opponents look like they're having a great time to just watch them die. Is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I've seen it with you, I've seen it with Ben as well. He just spams the Grav Crushes. I'm like, oh, Ben's popping off now.
Yeah, and like the thing is, if you see like a Megi player just drop 3 Grav Crushes, you might as well just put your hand out. The game's over.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even cross decks were playing it. Like,
very early.
Back in the day, in Mervamon versions, like they're playing Gravity Crushes, they're playing Blinding Rays, and it's just like memory, Mervamon, Swarm, boom.
I think we've gotten to a point in the game. Like, yeah, we're at a point in the game now where it's like, if you can meet the color for the memory cheat and you're not playing said memory cheat, you better have a damn good reason why. Because at this point, they're so goddamn efficient at what they do. Like, the thing was, these cards came out at a time where memory efficiency wasn't great. Like, to do basically anything, you had to pay full, like, 2 to 3 memory to do everything, and you never got that back.
And the game wasn't fast enough where, like, if you played all these memories when they came out, it's just like you're not finishing the game off. It's like, what, you got into an Omnimon a little bit faster. Yay.
Good for you.
Yeah, and then your opponent gets like 6 memory back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I hope you don't Omnimon me back.
Yeah. Whereas now we're at a point where memory efficiency is so heavy that like just 2 memory can mean the difference between winning and losing a game.
100%.
Yeah.
We've all said that one catchphrase. If only I had one more memory.
Yeah,
Be dead.
and like at this point in the game, it's more true than ever.
I literally don't think I haven't met someone who at one point at Dogsphere has said, "Oh, if I had one more memory."
Yeah, like, it's the ultimate. That should be a t-shirt at some point.
It should just be like the memory gauge light up at 1 or like at 3 or something, and just underneath. If only I had one more memory.
Everyone's like,
so what I'm hearing here,
I had one more memory.
So what I'm hearing here is a great business opportunity.
Yes.
Hold on, we know someone who can make
100%.
artwork.
Yeah.
Huh. Commission a t-shirt.
That's it. Commission.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Gravity Crush is definitely not
It's gonna get
healthy.
short. Like at this point, like the next ban list that comes out, it doesn't matter if the card stops seeing play now. The card's getting shot. Like,
Gravity Crush is
like
going.
that card. The thing is, these 0 memory gainers, just memory cheating in general, cannot exist in the current state of the game. We have gotten to a point where we're too fast, and it's just creating a lot of these OTK decks every time.
It's like we got the memory problem, and then we got the floating problem, which I think as well.
Yeah.
Going back to Guilmon, he's got like one of the best floaters now, being Guilmon X. Another problematic level 4 X antibody.
Yeah, true.
Bandai, we're seeing a trend here.
Generally, I'm okay with floaters, to be fair, in this game. I think floating is a necessary thing, because you don't want to have a point in the game where you can basically tell your opponent they can't play the game. So I don't mind floaters. If the floater doesn't turn into a fucking thing that can smack you in the face... Because that's the big problem, really.
Swing straight away.
yeah, literally. That's the real problem here. Isn't that we're floating? Because we've had floaters for a long time now, and they've never been an issue. The only ones that were an issue were Nume, but that's because the whole deck was floating, not that it was a singular floater, right? The big issue we're having here isn't actually Growlix or Megidra floating. It's that Rush Gil exists, and it's so easy now to get to 20 combined trash.
Yeah, it is not difficult. It is not difficult.
And actually, to be fair, Rush Gil wouldn't have been a problem if it just had continuous, if your combined trash has Rush. It's the fact that it gains it. So you can Digivolve over it, go back into Megi or Growlix, and do it again. Yeah,
100%. It should have been like the Gallants, where they just have Rush on them.
Yeah. If it just inherently had... Yeah, if it just inherently had Rush, never gained it, I think card would be fine. But it's the fact that on top of going into a new Rush card, you can then reclimb your whole stack and do it all again.
Yeah. Because it's not even the problem in the Megidra deck. Like, even in the Gallant deck, you get out the Rush Gil, it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to Biomerge, go into a level 6, swing again. Tuck the X antibody, go into another Gallant X. It's like, what the hell? What the hell, man?
Well, the thing is, it's not just Gallant that's abusing it. We've seen it for a while now. Like, Levy abuses it. We've had Purple Hybrid abusing it for so long now. Like, any deck that can actively, like, recur from trash and can fill the trash to 20 cards pretty efficiently is going to play this card. And it's not going to be a simple one-off. It's going to be multiple counts every time. Because, sadly, having a three-cost Rush card is really efficient.
Yeah. There's been so many times I've been playing, like, a random deck, like, just Gamma, and I'm just like... Oh, I'm so tempted to just slot in one Rush Gil just for that end-game finisher. It's like, boom, done, cool. Medusa wants playing it as well.
I'm generally at the point now, we're generally at the point now where we have to start discussing, like, does this card just need to go to 1?
I think it does, honestly.
Generally, I do not think this card is future-proofed. I think it came out at a point where getting to 20 cards in trash was very hard, combined. But as the game has evolved and gotten a lot faster, it's now so easy that, like, if you've seen, Megi will do it in one turn. Yeah. Megi will literally have, like, a 3-card trash and it'll suddenly be 20. And then the game's over. And like we have to now discuss this. Like getting to 20 has become too easy, and we have a card that is literally just gaining chip damage every single time you do a thing, just because you're doing that one simple task. It's not really memory. It's not memory efficient for what its effect is anymore. Like if this was a 4 or 5 drop, I'd say it's memory efficient now because you're never going to play it.
The first Rush rookie was Bushi Agumon, and he was a 5 drop.
Yeah, and it was a 5 drop. Yeah, it was a 5 drop. And the worst thing was, that still saw play.
Yeah.
That just says how efficient Rush rookies are. Is
I think funny enough, in combination with Blinding Ray as well. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, but like, that's my point, is like, these Rush rookies cannot be cheap cards to play. They just can't. Like, we're at a point now where the game is so fast and memory efficient. And, like, getting to that point is really easy. And, like, we're not just at memory efficiency where you can play them. We've found ways to cheat them. Mm-hmm. We don't even pay the memory for it anymore. These are essentially constantly 0-drop Rush cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, 100%. It was like, I was just thinking about a card that got reduced back in the day. It was the old Geo that was Player Tamer. When it first came out, the only thing it would really play out is Marcus. Maybe a few other red yellows or whatever that you were playing in that deck. It was mainly meant for that deck. But then we had yellow Setcon come out. We had a load of other vaccine and everything. That card became so vitally used in all those decks at 4. Bandai were like, time to die.
Yeah, if you're making things too generic. Which, to be honest, that's always been Digimon's like
whole gift,
like greatness. It's always been his thing. It's just like we're making things generic enough that a lot of Digimon can use it, which is fantastic. And sometimes
the problem is it's the abuse of cards. Yeah,
it's when you give like something stupid. Rainbow Evolution, like Blitz Omni for game was red and blue back in the day. If they had gave that Rainbow Evolution, it would be banned at this day and age. It would not be living. But now we have no.
To be fair, I don't think it would have been bad. I think it would have seen more play, definitely. But
100% would have seen more play. It might have been it might have been shot down to reduced to 1, maybe. But even
then, people were only playing 1. People were really only playing 1 anyway.
Exactly.
Like,
so they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to help you anyway." Bang.
It's the example.
Like, Blitz Omni is like okay. To be fair, like if we were talking Omni X. If that was fucking Rainbow, fuck me, does that, like at 3 colors, I think this card needs to be shot in the face. If that card could digivolve over fucking everything, I think I'd be having an aneurysm in the corner every 20 minutes. I'd literally see someone having Liberator
position, just like no on the X, no on the X.
I remember sitting there. Go.
Oh, like. Generally, like, I went to Pontypool to do the fucking first Slaw Regional in the UK, right? And, like, game 1, I'm not even kidding, I lost to Magex twice playing Megi due to OmniX. This card is actually just dumb, and I hate it. And, like, what makes me hate it more than anything is that it's a fucking Liberator.
Oh, because it's a bit
Why the fuck is this card searchable on Liberator?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I forget that.
Every Liberator search is a 2-ad. Like, every Lib search is a 2-ad, remember? So they get a free card plus OmniX.
Yep.
Every time. It's like, fuck off. It's like, I want them to say, if you're taking fucking OmniX, that's all you're fucking getting. Like, why are they allowed to grab that whole fucking combo and then just go, oh, look, I have my win card. Fuck off.
I really need to, like... I need to remind... what's it?
Play enough on the competitive scene. You'll definitely learn to hate this goddamn card.
I need to remind Jamie that he can put Omni-X in Safaga.
Oh my god.
Because he can branch from Medieval Gallant, who's also a Vortex Warrior.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It just shows you
I need to remind him that.
Yeah, it just shows you the difference between people who play competitive, like Shane, and the people who mainly can play like just locals and doesn't really try too hard, me and everything. Shane's thinking about all these like, Jesus Christ, it can go in so much there. I'm like, yeah, on the X, it's fair enough to go for game with it, but it's like, if it's searchable in this deck, Jesus Christ, I can now see the problem. So
Well, you can play
it's
it,
not
Billy.
the
You can
financial-
put it in
play it a
the.
lot.
You can put it in your
like
shower.
Billy, like the way I'm thinking about it, right? It's
Every
not
day.
even just the fact that it's fully searchable. It's a fully searchable, instant removal, end of turn swing. That's also a blocker and doesn't have to suspend, and can pierce and raid. So it's gonna kill a dude, and if you still have a dude left, it's gonna swing over your dude.
Dude,
He's removing everything.
Like
You have
literally,
no
like
dudes left.
it's literally a 5-cost Evo to remove 2 bodies, have a blocker sitting there waiting, and still get your check.
Yep.
and then if you have set +1 in your sources, hey, that's 2 checks.
And then if you just happen to be a Royal Knights player, you've got like 3 options sitting on your board that says,
Oh,
if you
they're
try to
even
remove
worse.
another
That
sickness
made
day,
it
They
being a
make it
Royal Knight.
worse.
Obviously, it had to be a Royal Knight. Like, there's no way in hell they wouldn't make it a trait Royal Knight. But it's like
generally,
Jesus.
I don't mind. I don't mind it being a Royal Knight. I'm glad it was a Royal Knight.
Yeah.
The one thing I fucking hate about that option combo is the option is 4 costs. Why the fuck can they play this card for 1 memory?
Turn 1.
Yeah. So
No.
Megidramon
If they play it turn 1, it costs 3. It's after
Oh,
turn
no.
2. So after turn, as soon as they hit turn 3, that's when it costs 1. But like dropping
Yeah,
a
yeah.
1-cost option that will infinitely protect your Omnimons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's crazy.
it's insane how good Megidramon has gotten, and then all these tech cards that can go into it. It's definitely insane how good it's gotten.
Yeah, Gallon definitely with all the new X stuff, like the X antibody lines are just really, whether in archetype, out archetype, they're really helping the OTK potentials. Omnimon in this case being part red, meaning he's now finally searchable of things like memboost,
Yeah.
trainings,
Wait,
like
he's red blue, isn't he?
yeah, it's red, blue, white. I remember back
Yeah,
in the
so
day.
he's got.
In BG5, I'm like, oh, I wish Omnimon was red and blue, and they can search him, and now he finally is. I'm like, oh no, I regret everything.
You regret that decision, don't you?
Spoke
I
it into the
take back my
universe.
wish.
No, you can't unwish a wish, mate. You spoke it into the universe. It came true, and
But
everyone's
they give it to
suffering.
the wrong. They give it to the wrong one. Like, DNA Omni is still only white, but they give it to the X antibody form, who's just like, I'm gonna just kill everyone's dreams.
Eh,
But
it
for God's
works.
sake.
Hey, it works. Why not?
That's it. But Megidramon though, going from the trolley, pay free memory, mill 5, maybe you might play Gallant One from Smash, to now, I'm gonna dark hole
You get a
everything.
Takuya as well. The better Megidra was play like a Gil and a Takuya when it dies.
He evolved up to like, I can play now at level 3 entertainment, but I cost 5 every time.
Yeah.
And
Now-
surprisingly, that was the more played one.
That was the more played one. To now being I'm gonna dark hole the field, maybe cost nothing, and
Wow,
spawn back a body.
most of the time it costs like 2 maximum.
Yeah, it's like what
Like,
happened?
yeah.
Who in your team was just like, it's my turn, guys.
No, see,
Digimon
my way of looking at it,
just
right? See, my way of looking at Meggy, right, is they looked at Velgamon and Velgaloop and was like, hey, that's a pretty cool concept. What would happen if we just gave that to Guilmon?
Yeah, what if we put it in one card?
No joke, I could just see it now. Someone who's obsessed with Megidramon so much, like everything on their decks is Megidramon themed and everything, and they're just constantly designing cards, like putting in. And a guy walks over who's like in charge of like, right, your card's being
The manager's
confirmed.
like, right, what's your opinion?
No, it's like a guy who like confirms like, right, you have this card confirmed, you have this guy. He comes over, hands over some paperwork saying you need to sign this to say that your card's been confirmed, and his eyes just light up like the chaos begins. They have no idea what I've done, and he's just like yes.
Do you know what? Like, it was so funny watching the rise of Megidra, though. Like, no one clocked this card.
No,
like, even I didn't.
No.
Like, I generally didn't even rate this card when it was revealed, because, like,
No,
I
like,
just couldn't see it. And then, like, I tested, like, it came, like, the set launched, I tested it for, like, a week, and I was like, oh my god, this deck is fucking insane. And then I obviously, I took it to Pontypool, got top 10 there with it, because it was like I'd had like a day of practice on the deck, and I was like, all right, this is a pretty solid deck. Decided to just go to Paris with it, and I realized the moment, literally a week later, I went to Paris with it, got top 16 with it, went X1 all day, got third place in Swiss, and it was like, this deck is just insane. Like, no one can really answer it. The only deck I lost to all day was a single Royal Knights player.
Yep. And even then you have answers for it,
like,
I'm pretty sure.
Literally, you can outpace the Royal Knights player.
Exactly, so there's no issue. There's like, it just depends on if you brick or not, really. Because I've had very different matchups going into Megidra. Like, I remember when we went to Wales and everything, the Megidra player I went into just flat bricked every game. So it's one of those decks where if you can play, you play brilliantly. If you don't, you brick like no tomorrow.
I'm not gonna lie, the bricking is a lot less of an issue now as we started to like maximize the efficiency of the deck. Yeah. Like the first couple of weeks of the deck, there was a lot of people bricking because no one had kind of figured out the proper list yet.
But now like, lists out, it's like
yeah. A lot of us from like Darksphere in the UK, we were using a guy from Manchester's list who actually topped Tommy Tricks. Most of us took from his list, kind of adjusted it a little bit, and just went off that because that was the first list we had seen top, and we could kind of work off knowing that it does well. It's consistent enough to work.
Yeah, 100%.
But from there, like the efficiency is just getting so much better now. Like I've seen like good like 80% of Megi lists cutting analog youth now. Like nobody's even playing it anymore.
Wow.
Like
yeah,
everyone's just decided. Yeah, like everyone's just decided, why am I playing analog youth trying to get another turn? Why don't I just win now?
True.
Yeah, when you honestly said that analog youth is dropping off in your top 3, I was just like, but isn't McGee still playing it? I like 4 copies. But no, even if they're dropping it, then that's that's crazy.
Yeah, I really don't see like. I think the only deck that's actively playing analog right now is in Red Purple Imperial now.
Yeah.
Because like if you're playing Megi, you're either cutting in analog now or you're moving over to birds.
Yeah.
So.
Like.
Yeah.
I remember. When
I think the core. Yeah, analog was fucking crazy. It's been crazy since it first came out. That card will never not be crazy.
Definitely. When McGee first got revealed, I remember having a little chat with our friend Alex, and I was just like, yeah, he's cool. But I think it's just going to be a gimmick, and we're both just like, yeah, he's just going to be a gimmick card, you know, it's nice, and now he's just like taking top spots. So like, my god, were we wrong?
It's like
generally,
it's like, oh
if you look at
gonna be a gimmick card. 1 year later, what have we done?
What have we done?
Yeah, like this is the thing, right? It's like with Megi as well. It's like I generally think Megi is the best deck in the format right now. If you look at the amount of tops it's had. I wouldn't say it's been the most successful winning deck, but it's definitely the most successful topping deck.
Yeah,
100%. Like it gets the most top 16s out of any other deck. I'll say that for certain. Like, if you're going to a regional tournament at this point and you're not taking Megi, unless you're playing Royal Knights or Sakuya, come on, guys, really?
Yeah, no, I look back, like, yeah, if you're not bringing Megi or Gallon, if you're not bringing one of those two decks, like you better have another good choice.
To be fair, there's like 4 decks in the format where I'm like, if you're taking these to a regional, there is a good chance you're topping, and that is Sakuya, Royal Knights, Gallon, and Megi.
Yeah,
right. So what I'm hearing is that I'm never gonna top. Cool.
Well done, Billy. That's what you get for playing Crossheart.
I refuse. Because I have a code I live by. I only play decks I like. So...
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like that.
There's a lot of people like that. But these people aren't your, like, hardcore sweat competitive people. They're not, Billy. Like, you can't go into, like, these big events going, I'm gonna fucking win this thing.
I never do.
Yeah, exactly. You're more there for fucking vibes.
Yeah.
I was there with you. I took Gamma to Italy, and even after it, I was just like, I probably should have just played Gallon. I had Gallon on me. I had Mickey on me. I even had Sakuya on me. I could have played those 3 decks. Yeah. I was like, no. I said to myself, I'm going to stick to it for the first big regionals. I'm going to play Gamma with all the new stuff. And I had fun. But if I go to another regionals, I'm definitely picking one of those three. Definitely picking one of those three.
There's
all
all 4 of those decks are like
change things.
yeah, like generally all 4 of those decks are problem decks right now that need some sort of hit. I think like they're just out of control at this point. But like going off of what you were saying, Billy, as well, is like how you never you don't go for that. Don't get me wrong. As someone who does sweat a lot of these tournaments, sometimes I wish I was like you, because like trust me, when you get to like round 6 at X1. Like, that is, like, the most stressful fucking situation you'll ever be in. Because you're like, shit, there's 2 more fucking rounds, and I can't lose another game. But,
why can't I just enjoy this?
Like, you ever seen the meme with the guy sweating like buckets? That's what you're like physically, for, like, the next, like, 2 hours.
Yeah, fair enough.
And, like, if you go into, like, a round and you lose game 1 of your best of 3, you're, like, that sweat is, like, you're actually drowning in it.
Yeah. And like then, Billy,
the amount of times I sit there and I'm just like, no, you know your deck's good, but you're just like, fuck, I cannot brick now.
Yeah. I was just saying, with Billy, he took Shine. Shine's still doing well.
Shine's good. Shine's good, but yeah, like, this is what I mean. Like, there's these good decks, but the major issue they have is they just get fucking decimated by these top decks.
They need to open great. And the opponent needs to open mid.
Yeah, like if these top decks, I wouldn't even say that.
Quickly.
The problem is, I wouldn't even say open mid. I'd say they'd have to open bad, because most of these good, like really top tier decks, if they open mid, they've probably got like 3 searches in their hand ready to go, and they'll just fix everything within like 2 turns. You have like 2 turns to win the game, or they're just gonna fucking mug you.
Yeah, I remember there was a guy I went against in Italy. He was blue-green Imperial, and I'm like, oh, great, this is one of my worst matchups. Turn 2... He scooped on turn 2 because I did 3 checks with Shine doing the combo, and he was like, drew his card, he was like, game 2? And I was like, wait, really? And he was like, yeah, I've got nothing, let's go again. And I was like, I have somehow changed this.
Would never complain at a blue-green Imperial scooping on turn 2.
No.
No. Well, I think my problem, I should have convinced you, Billy, to do red base, to be honest. Like, red base is just far more consistent.
As someone who has, like, a sheer hatred for blue-green Imperial as well, like, very happy to see them losing.
Yes. So, so everyone's final thoughts on how Megidramon is doing.
I think it's he's doing great.
It's best deck in the format. Like you can just see it. Like it might not be the best deck in the format as we go further into it, but at least right now it is.
He'll still be strong. I think I don't see a deck making it so that just the deck existing, having Gallant and McGee just being awful. Like they'll always be good. It has to be Bandai's ban list to make them not good now. Like, it's down to them. It's down to Bandai to say these decks need to go away. We're hitting them. As opposed to making a new deck that outshines them. It's just like, no. It's just not happening. I think.
I 100% agree with you. And, like, I've actually thought about, like, the top 4 quite extensively on how to hit them. To make sure they don't, like, kill the deck. But the deck's still, like, playable, but not, like, fucking oppressive.
Alright, what would you do? What would you do?
Like, Sakuya is the big one I've thought about, because generally, I think Sakuya is the biggest abuser in the game right now. I think the other decks abuse a lot of stuff, but, like, no one cheats memory like Sakuya does. And I think in the long term, she actually has the least amount of, like, future-proofing in the game. Like, generally, that deck will go fucking crazy the moment they release any decent options now.
Yeah.
Like, and the big way to fix this deck, generally, is just stop them playing scrambles. Take scrambles out of Sakuya. Literally say you cannot play a card with the name Sakuya and scrambles in the same deck. Game over. Because my problem is with Sakuya right now is you give them 1 memory, they're going to level 7.
Yeah.
You give them 1 memory, they'll go to level 7. They're going to ruin mode you. And you're like, what could I do about that? I gave them 1 memory on turn 2. Game was over.
Yeah. I always thought of like the pair banning of Sakuya somehow with the level 7s is another fault, is another fix, and they can keep Scramble then. But then
But the
I
problem
think
with doing
the
that
Scramble is easier.
new
It's the
level
easier way of
7s.
doing it. Yeah, new level 7s.
Yeah, new level 7s will just create the same problem, where you get rid of Scrambles, you stop this massive climb because the plugins can't go to 7.
Yeah.
So you basically tell them, like, you can climb to 6 all you like. I don't mind them climbing to 6, because their 6s are great. But they don't fucking win them the game.
Yeah, because Renamon has been in the same boat as Guilmon, where she's had the same life story in the game, where she's done nothing, and is finally doing something well with her new X line. It's like a super strong contender, which again, Renamon's never had that in the game. And it's just like, you don't want to ruin that for her and her fan base. Like, you don't want to take that away.
I generally think Sakuya is a really cool, interesting deck.
It's really cool.
And I love how I do love how it memory cheats like option cards out. I just don't like Scramble. I think Scramble created this massive issue because it's not just like a getting to level 7 thing. It's also a case of like, once that 7 dies, they now have a fresh rookie to just do it all again.
Yeah. It's like, when you really think about it,
unfun.
It's not even Scramble's fault. It's the Tau and Sakuya just saying a option card and not plugin.
A yellow option card, exactly that.
Yeah.
Basically,
so like
you need to
just had to say plugin.
Yeah, you just need to errata the card saying, instead of saying option, it says
Bandai would never do that.
they can't do that. It's too many cards.
Because that is the ultimate
And
thing.
also,
you just errata them to just only say plugin, but the Bandai will not do that unless it's a translation error.
Yeah.
And the other reason why they won't do that as well is if you look at the latest Renamon release, it actually searches all yellow options now as well.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just
so you can tell you can tell they're leaning into like we want you to play generic options with this deck, but not just plugins anymore. Which I like. I like the fact that you're not restricted to a set of options. It's very flexible, but like I think Scramble needs to go from that deck. I think Scramble creates way too many problems, and it's the whole problem for the deck not being future-proof. Like any good level 7 now that goes from yellow at all will go into this deck.
Yeah,
and like sadly, 90% of everything going into level 7 is fucking yellow now. Apparently,
so true. Everything's part yellow. Well, what would be your Royal Knight fix?
Omegamon.
Yeah.
New Omegamon. I think new Omegamon to 1 fixes that deck, because I think the biggest issue with the deck right now is that even if you're winning the game, you still got to sit there and think, the moment I hit that get them to 1 security, I'm losing my whole board. That's the biggest problem. It's like, you never feel truly safe.
Yeah, and then you can do that again.
That's like the big one. Like I think if you're going to do anything tomorrow night, just hit that card, you'll be fine. And then secondary hit would be the 4 cost option. Take that down to 1 as well. Like, no reason to have a fucking 1 cost option. 1 cost searcher option that protects your option.
Yeah,
like
it is too much. It is too much.
Generally, actually, I think the other way around. I think hit the option first. I think the option creates more problems, actually.
Yeah.
I actually hate the idea of a 1 cost searcher. Like, it's so unfair.
Yeah. It should at least be 2.
No, card should have been a 6 drop. Generally, it should have been.
No, but like, an option to search should never be less than 2. Like.
Yeah, never.
Worst case,
and if it's going to be 2, it should be 2 cards.
Should always be there. If I put you at 1, your search is giving me 1. Like, that should always be the worst case scenario. If you know what I mean by that.
I'm keeping turn.
Yeah, like, I should never be able to put you at 1, then you can play a searcher and then give me something. Like, you should never be able to do that.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Right.
That
bouncing, yeah. And then I'm guessing for the Guilmon size, it's
Meggy and Gallant slightly. Meggy and Gallant slightly different.
Okay.
For Meggy, Gravity Crush is like across the board, right? I'm not talking Gravity Crush at all on these decks, because like that card just needs to go. It's not a 1 deck problem; it's an every deck problem.
Yeah. Very
Like,
pathetic.
yeah, exactly. Like, these memory cheats just need to go. So I'm not even going to bother talking about memory cheats because, like, at this point, we all know it's going to go.
Yeah.
There's two major cards in Megi that I would consider, which we've already discussed on, which is Rush Gill and Growlix. These two cards are the big ones.
Yeah.
Only problem, yeah. Because if you get rid of Growlix as well, you kind of fix the third Gill issue as well, because they really abuse Growlix as well. Yeah, I think Growlix would be the first one. I'd probably hit that before the Rush Gill.
Yeah, that's been everyone's big thing. I'm hearing some people saying Guilmon X needs to go. It's like, never. Guilmon X is just X with an inherent. It's fine.
Like, yeah, Gil X is fun. The only really annoying thing about Gil X is if you put, like, one of the new BT 21 Gils on the board from, like, one of your spawn effects and you have one hand, you can basically make it so that there's a deletion gain of memory on board at all times.
Yeah, but that's just, like...
It doesn't cost you anything to basically charge that memory, basically.
Yeah,
that's like that's really, like, the only abusive way I can see Gil X being
but that's like
in this competition. But even that, like,
it's like
fucking niche. Like, come on, who the fuck is crying about this shit, man? Like, it's a generic fucking searcher. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, like, this card's fine. Oh yeah, Growlix is the big problem one. But that's the one I'll say, because that one. Galen's actually probably the hardest deck to hit, because I think it's no one piece makes or breaks this deck.
Yeah, no, I've played with Joe's version of Galen, and I would say it's very hard to hit that deck.
The one card in the whole deck, though, that I think would need to go is the Guilmon with the inheritable that gives 2 memory back.
I literally was just thinking he's gonna say
the War Growl.
He's gonna say War Growl.
Yeah, probably.
And
because realistically,
honestly,
that is the card that allows the OTK.
Yeah, he is.
Because most of the time, once they're done with their full combo, they pass over 2 memory, and then the finishes to the attack goes back to 0, unspends, and just kills you.
Yeah. That is
the major issue there.
It's the card that lets you do it safely. Because now if you took him out, if you want to do it, you have to be positive memory. So Galen X is vulnerable.
Yeah. Exactly that. Like, yeah. That's like the major one. Like, generally, like, Galen's in quite a lucky spot where the whole deck is everything kind of works well together, but no one piece is going to be the problem.
Yeah.
So that would be, like, the major hit, but then obviously if Megi got hit with the Growlix, that would also get hit in Galen as well. So.
Yeah, it's a supplemental hit.
Yeah.
That's the thing you got to think about. It's like anything that gets hit in Megi is probably also getting hit in Galen.
Yeah.
Like, the only difference is Galen doesn't run Rush Gills. That's, like, the big one.
Yeah. It's like very few lists like
it's an OTK deck. It doesn't,
but, like, that's just because
if you look at the competitive list, no one's really running it, because, like, you're literally going to go full OTK combo with Galen X, completely wipe their security, and then just drop the best card in the game on X.
Yeah, they've replaced Rush Gill with DP Boost Gill, haven't they? Just to get a little bit more power in the early game.
It's just to make sure. Yeah, it's just to make sure that all your swings are surviving.
Yeah, you can do a 13k swing with War Growl X if needed, which is very nice.
Yeah, we're at a point. Yeah, we're at quite a weird point where there's lots of high DP Digimon again. But yeah, that's like the main one there. Like, yeah. Then the other decks outside of it, like, yeah, Levy's not too much of it. I wouldn't really talk about Levy. Levy's fine at the moment.
Yeah.
Levy is just a deck I just generally don't like, but I just think.
No. I definitely understand why. It's a super control heavy deck that will, like, basically tell your opponent, if you play the game, I'm going to stop you playing the game.
Yeah, it is. To me, it's a control deck that just has pointless high aggression for no reason.
It's just like, there, right?
Why is my controller also punching me twice? Like 3 times every turn. That's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah. Like, the one thing I'll say about Levy
It's like
is
kidnappers not only kidnapped you, but it's also just punching you constantly every day. It's like, why are you doing this to me?
Just come past, punches, and walked away.
It's just constantly like
that's
why?
Yeah. See, that's the only upside though, is like Levy is really good at stopping people that are trying to do specific things with their deck. But if your deck doesn't do one of those two things, you can just out aggro Levy really quickly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's the main thing. That's why I don't think Levy will be a problem ever, unless they release like a new one that really fucking breaks the deck. But like right now, Levy's fine. It does really well.
Funny thing with Levy, the Mickey decks are also teching him in as well.
Yeah, but I know why they're teching him in, and that's mostly to deal with other Meggy players.
Yeah, the mirror match. This crocodile hits your dragon very well.
Because if they're teching in the Levy, they're also teching in the Brighton Crush.
Yeah, 100%.
I haven't seen Biting Crush, but I've definitely seen like the 1 or 2 levies just like chilling in the level 6 area. I'm like, you dirty people. You disgust me. Oh dude, good thing they don't play X Antiboy, as we've seen Levy X in there as well. And that's like, ugh. Don't want that. But yeah, I need to find out. Really, if with the whole Guilmon Bandai treatment, how Bandai just made Guilmon go from nothing to something, as well as McGee, what would you like them to do? As someone who doesn't play these decks, but has faced them, and it's just like, okay, yeah, no, Bandai's done really well. What would you like them to do next? Like, who would you like them? What deck, whether you play it or not, that
needs more
doing
power.
nothing, but is like again on that edge, and you think that 1 or 2 cards to just push it over, would you like them to see?
So here's the thing, I could go very biased right now and say, yeah, Shatmore could use way more support, but it just got a load of support. But
and it's topping pretty well as well still.
It's doing really well.
So it's like, it doesn't need it. Blue Flare, going off the decks I play anyway, Blue Flare, again, that goes decently quick enough as it is. Possibly, maybe go a little bit quicker, not too sure. They could add something, I'm not too sure what they would add, to be honest. Maybe a searching Gaussmon, like instead of it just drawing you cards, make a 3-drop search top 3, add a Blue Flare card, maybe add that to the game, because then that could very much balance out having Gaussmons in your deck and not needing Ukamon anymore. So
I would take that and I'd put it on Kiriha instead.
Yeah, maybe make a 3-drop Kiriha that searches top 3.
Because the deck is so tamer reliant, why not put the searching on the tamer, like they did for Crossheart?
Yeah, like the original Taiki did, just search top 3, add 1 to hand, play 1 underneath. Like, it goes off the deck's power of the new Metal Greymon that digivolves off underneath your tamers, so it goes into that power a little bit more as well, so...
That'd be perfect, actually,
Dark Knight, possibly? Twilight? That could maybe use some support. Like, it's not. No,
honestly, I think that'd be really nice.
I played it yesterday as just some fun games. It's okay. It's a very gimmick-heavy deck, obviously. I believe it definitely needs some sort of rush in there because
I was literally just thinking that if there's any deck that needs that keyword, it's Dark Knight Mon.
It's like. Crossart has it. Blue Flare has it. Why does not the other Digicross deck of that form of that set not have
Hunters has it.
Rush?
Hunters has it.
Hunters have it. It's like that is the only deck that didn't get it, and it just like really why? I understand you're Digicrossing for 4, not for 3 or lower. But at the same time, there has been a lot of times where you can go plus memory, and it's like, okay, I've just played this Dark Knight. It can't swing.
Yeah. Even Dorbrick one has it.
The only problem I would see with... Yeah, so like, with Twilight, the only issue I could see with giving them Rush is the sheer access to Lord Nightmon and Lord Nightmon Eggs.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I could see with giving them Rush. Because that engine itself is already a pretty solid engine. It's just kind of fallen off because there's just better engines right now. But you give that engine Rush, and I think that engine will go fucking wild.
We never know until it gets it.
I was thinking if you did, like, one Dark Knight one that has like what we were saying before, the Gallant Rush style, where it's just like I have it on myself and only me. So if I go away, then I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, that would be
Then
it.
at least you have that one Rush level 5 at least, where it's like I want to be aggressive this turn. Boom, off we go.
I mean, the only problem I foresee is that if you use the Skull Knight one that gives set +1, yeah, you're doing shoot text. But like you said, it's like the only card that would be getting it, so maybe
what
a
deck
new Dark
doesn't
Knight
do 2 checks anymore these days? What deck isn't doing 2 checks?
Well, you're saying it would only do 2 checks. You also got to remember with Lord Nightmon X, it also gives everything Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other decks...
So probably more like 5.
Yeah. Other decks I would love to see get new support. Atmon's too new. We know it's getting new support.
It's going to get it anyway.
Yeah,
so that's guaranteed.
Shine Greymon, it's a pretty strong deck, doesn't really need any
Oh,
more
we got
help.
it, yeah.
Just got,
We just got new
some.
stuff, and it's better than the older stuff we had. So.
Yeah.
I think it's fixed. Shine Grey's fixed for now.
I mean, the only deck I'd love to see more support for, just because it's funny, Mother D. Like,
well, technically, we're getting like a newer variation in Eaters, so
yeah.
I'm specifying though.
I know you are,
Mother
but
Ds. Like
I know you are. But if you're looking at like the Eater release schedule and like the way their effects are working, it's feeling very D Reaper.
It's basically the same so far.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for that Reaper though. That Reaper for them.
Yeah.
I'm seeing no aggression so far.
It needs some sort of aggression early play, I think. That would really help out the deck a lot, I think.
Just any aggression. The deck so far is just, I'm going to play 1 million blockers and that's it. So far, that's the only thing it's doing.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah, that's what I think they would that would need to be added. Maybe for... I don't know, because like, going off decks I know, like, personally, Beelzemon, I'm not too quite sure on. It's like a very mid deck and maybe a...
Yeah, you play Beelzer as well, Shane. Do you think...
Yeah, Beelzer's fine. Beelzer's fine at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the spot it's always in, where it's just kind of mid.
It's like, if it
Does
does
its
well...
thing.
Yeah, if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Sometimes it'll just hit like the fucking nuttiest like this like trash combo ever and like get a fucking billion memory and win the game. Sometimes it won't.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is a deck like Beals, you can't really make it good without having a way to like permanently stack your own deck.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
I like what they did with the blast mode though. It's like when your first plan fails, let's just get you back a little bit. So at least you have another turn.
Yeah, 100%.
Recovering your deck.
Yeah. I think that is...
I think the Dark Knight one, that's a really good shot.
Yeah. I think that is us done for our main phase, Joe. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think we hit. I think we had a really good Mega Gil discussion. Thank you very much, Shane, for your inputs on that. It's nice to talk about a card like I would do it for Renamon, but I think we tackled Renamon kind of like in this one as well.
Yeah,
like she kind of like she kind of ticks all the same boxes. Where it's just like it's nice to look back at a card that just hasn't done anything. Like an evolution line that's just literally been the joke and has only been like the fan favorite, and it's just now actually seeing competitive play. And like, has Bandai done it correctly? Have they done it incorrectly?
Yeah, 100%.
And would we like to see it with other decks as well? I think, and then also looking at how to put it back a little bit down where it's gone way above the lines. Like, oh, let's just bring it back to the curb.
Rein it in a little bit, like. Calm down.
Who knows? Maybe the next one we talk about is Greymon. I don't think we're the Greymon card game anymore.
Oh my God.
So let's maybe that might be the next one.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I think with that, let's go into our end phase and the end of the video. And we're back to the end of the video, end of the podcast, at the end phase. So I believe I really should have jotted them down. I can't remember if we had any questions from the last one. I'm going to quickly get up the
sure,
video.
I'm pretty sure the last one was talking about our favourite Digimon, which we've done.
Oh, yeah, I think it was... I'm going to have to get up the video, but... So we thank you everyone for joining us in again on another episode of Into the Applink. And again, big thanks to Shane for joining us on this one. We've had a lot of fun chatting to you and with you about
thank you very much, Shane.
All the problem that Guilmon has.
Ways of getting
and
around
his history and everything. So we got 2 questions from the last episode. One of them is kind of like more aimed towards Zar, which was, what's your favourite Beelzemon? So we're going to have to get back to you on that one, so I do apologise, Hyperzaji. But we had a question from Alex. Our good friend Alex is, what deck has surprised you the most this format in regards to either stronger or weaker than you thought? And I guess I kind of like subconsciously linked it to the whole topic of the episode, but it would actually be for me Megidramon. I actually honestly think he did the complete 180 for me. We used to talk that.
I don't think it's Meggy.
You don't think it's Meggy? All right, what's your one? Good. I'm glad that you have a different one.
I think it's Birds.
Birds, really?
I think Birds. I had some people Meggy was on some people's radars. Nobody fucking saw Birds coming.
Yeah. No, it does.
Birds came out of fucking left field.
It does just swoop in, pun intended. And, it just steals. It steals formats.
That's the one deck I would say is really surprising.
Yeah. I think if I were to go and not pick Meggy, if I had to have another pick, as we literally just spoke all about it, I think thanks to helping with this testing as well is Hero. I think Hero has actually also done a complete 180 for me. I honestly thought it was going to be a joke deck, and it is actually doing fairly well. Better than I actually thought.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was just going to be like a fun locals only deck, but it is going to events. It topped
the regional, didn't it?
Yeah, it topped the regional, and it's just doing well with and without the apps in it. I think it's So that would be my other one. Is Heroes. What about you, Billy? If you didn't have to pick Meggy, was it only just Meggy?
Ooh. I mean, Sakuya has definitely caught me by surprise, where it's just because I haven't got a lot into it, where it's Jesus, how many options can you play? So that one's definitely caught me by surprise. Definitely has to be Sakuya, I think. It's just option. Oh look, I get tokens. Option. It's just
Billy, it's fine. I'll have the deck built as of tomorrow. I'll just start playing against you.
No, thanks, more playing.
Thank you. I have got my fill for Sakuya for the next 5 months.
Why? It's gonna get worse, dude. They got more support at the end of the year.
I can hear you.
Dude.
Oh, dear. No, I think that those were the only 2 that I saw.
All right.
Yeah, there's none over there. Yeah, so thank you very much for the questions. We will get back to you on what Zar's favourite Beelzemon is. I guess we can answer that one with you, Shane. What's your favourite Beelzemon? Because you do play Beelz. You know him.
Well, not anymore, but I used to. It's not Blast Mode. I actually don't like Blast Mode. I don't like the wings.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's got to be original with the motorbike.
The original with the motorbike, yeah? Yeah.
That was so fucking edgy back in the day, man. And as someone who also drives a motorbike, that shit fucking vibes, man.
Yeah, nah, I don't blame you for that one. Yeah, classic BLs. I guess I do have in terms of the blast mode, I do quite like how Beelzemon 2020 did it. he looks a bit more cleaner in the Cross Wars series. Kind of like
Yeah.
the classic form. The classic Beelzemon in that one is essentially the in-between of Blast Mode and normal. I think that it looks a bit more clean, which I think that's quite nice. I'd probably actually have to say my favourite one is probably 2020 Beelzer.
Okay.
I assume yours, Billy, is the same.
Well,
or do you like the Tamers as well?
To be honest, I only have I only have one representation of Beelzemon, which is from Cross Wars, so I really don't have any other catalyst for it, so it have to be Cross Wars.
Billy, have you still not watched Digimon Tamers?
No, unfortunately not. I
know.
have so many. I have.
He even has
doing
access
here,
on the Crunchyroll, Shane, and he hasn't watched it.
That's actually disrespectful.
When you have like 500 different shows to watch, I get overstimulated, so it's like I don't know.
No, even an episode a day, you'll be done.
Billy. Watch, Billy. I'm going to take all the choice out your hands. What you do next time you log into Crunchyroll? You just watch Digimon Tamers. There you go, choice out your hands.
Yeah, you're also saying the next time I log into Crunchyroll, I don't know when that's going to be.
Alright, so in 20 minutes, once we finish this call, you're going to log into Crunchyroll.
No, I'm not.
There you go, choice out your hands again.
No,
and you can even watch it on your new PS5, Billy.
Oh, no, screw that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking up room.
Oh, dear.
Alright, well...
Thanks again for the questions, everyone. If you want more questions on the podcast to be answered by myself, our guests, and everyone in between, post them in the videos below. Whichever one you're currently watching, I will find them and I will like them. And so I know that they're there. Again, big thank you to Billy, Mr. Dr. Volty. Again, you can find him on Twitch. And again, big thanks to Shane, Mr. Toxin, for joining us on this very fun episode. So we will.
Tired now.
I think we're all getting a little bit tired. The heat's definitely getting to me. I need to open the door and
see you later.
Need my daily caffeine, you know.
That's it. So
have a good one, guys.
Much, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.